What's up, everybody? It's Craig Smith out here in Lakeville, Massachusetts, and I want to talk to you today about your kettlebell. Now, what I see with kettlebells so much, I see people talking about how the kettlebell hurt their back. I'm watching people that don't really know as much as they should about kettlebell, do a lot of things wrong with the swing, with the cleans, with the snatches, and that's what I want to talk to you today about, and hopefully give you some tips and some tricks and some cues that are going to help you utilize the kettlebell, because the kettlebell is one of the most effective tools that you can use to strengthen your lower body, strengthen your midsection, strengthen your upper and lower back, to strengthen your cardiovascular ability, and just to give you pure power and strength all together. Now, how do you choose a kettlebell? Most of the time when I start someone with the kettlebell, I will start them with squats. So I try to get them a medium to heavier kettlebell to squat with so they can feel what we call the center of gravity. The center of gravity with your kettlebell needs to be straight down the middle of your body. So when I stand over the top of my kettlebell to start, I should not have the kettlebell out in front of my toes, because what that does is takes that center of gravity and slightly throws it out this way. Once we start throwing it out this way, that means my back has to get involved with lifting that kettlebell up, and it's not my hamstrings and my glutes and quads. So my big thing with you throwing up your kettlebell, don't throw your kettlebell up. Always make sure your kettlebell is controlled when you're throwing it up and doing swings, cleans, and snatches. So when I look at my kettlebell, right, if I look down at it, I cannot see it. So that means my center of gravity is over the top of my kettlebell, and when I go down and grab it, it is going to be directly underneath me. Now, here's the other thing. I'm going to try to, I've gotten a lighter kettlebell so I can try to do some of the things wrong for you that I see. And please, I'm going to try to do them wrong the best I can. So just kind of watch and more listen. But when I see people go down into this little squat to go get the kettlebell, I see this curve in their back, right? That curve in your back is no good, because again, what we've done is we put the center of gravity out here, and the leverage of the center of gravity is now pulling down in the front of us, which now is pulling on our shoulders, which is then in turn pulling on our middle back, and then our lower back. That's why your back will hurt if you, not even only with a kettlebell, but with a barbell or dumbbell. So what I want to make sure that you're doing is we do two things. We stick our chest out, right? So we stick our chest out. How do you stick your chest out? You roll your shoulder girdle back, right? You roll your shoulder girdle back, and then you press your chest out, right? So I want my chest out, and then I want your famous super duper Instagram pose, right? Boom. So stick your chest out and your butt out. Now, that's a little bit of an exaggeration at the bottom, but what I want is when you get down here to be able to be in a flat back, all right? So you don't want this, and you don't need this too much either. But I'd rather you be more here than anywhere here. All right. So I stick my chest out, butt out, my shoulders are rolled back into my shoulder girdle. They are not falling forward, because now that's putting strain on my neck, putting strain on my upper back, middle back, and lower back. Chest out, butt out, boom, and stand up. Yes, yes? All right. So what I do with people, especially when they're learning how to kettlebell swing, I teach them how to squat. Then I teach them how to deadlift. Now, the deadlift is in the same position as your kettlebell swing, or as your kettlebell squat, but it's going to lead you to your kettlebell swing. So when I deadlift, I'm going to come down here, hips hinge back, all right? My hips hinge back, and I like to do this with my hip hinge. When I do my hip hinge, I like to put my hands inside here, this little tissue. You have your little hip bone right there, all right? I like to put my hands just under that little ball and hinge back, all right? So I'm setting my hips back, and if I do it hard enough, my hands, it'll be hard for my hands to come out. So my deadlift and my kettlebell swing, because your kettlebell swing is not, your kettlebell swing, I repeat, is not, your kettlebell swing is not, I repeat, not a squat. Your kettlebell swing is a dynamic deadlift, all right? So understanding your difference between your squat and your deadlift is really huge. I hinge my hips back, and then when I go to get my kettlebell, again, chest out, butt out, none of this, and we lift the kettlebell up out of the deadlift. So my hips and my deadlift aren't going up and down. In my squat, my hips are going up and down. In my deadlift, my hips are more going back and forward. All right? So that's a big, huge thing. So chest out, butt out in my deadlift. Chest out, butt out in my squat. In my squat, my hips are going up and down. My deadlift, my kettlebell, or my hips are going forward to back. So now